Should you use video? Is video right for you? Are you just not a video person? So we're getting the answers to all those questions and more. And make sure to stay tuned all the way to the end because we have a special bonus that we're only sharing right here, right now with you guys. Welcome back to Holly G Studios. If you want to learn more about business cinema, which is video with a plan, a purpose, a system, and a strategy, make sure to subscribe and then click the bell so you can get notified. To help me answer these questions and more, I've brought on one of my favorite biz buddies, soon to be yours, Britt Colo of Marketing Personalities. I am so excited to have you here in Holly G Studios live today to answer the question, should you be using video or shouldn't you? Is video right for you? Video isn't right for everybody, or is it? So welcome, Britt. I'm so excited to have you here. Can you tell everybody a little bit more about Britt and Marketing Personalities?
Yeah, for sure. So first of all, I'm in Holly G Studios. Like, this doesn't happen all the time, so that's really exciting. Yeah, so I'm Britt. I'm the creator of marketingpersonalities.com, which is a website you can go to find what your best marketing strategy is based on your Myers-Briggs personality type. And I think today we're going to look at your Myers-Briggs personality type and see what it might tell you about how you can show up on video in a feel-good way.
Awesome. I love that. I am so excited for people to hear this information because I feel like there's some people out there who are just like, yeah, video's not right for me, or I can't do video, or when you think of video, you only think of using it in one particular way when there is so many different ways that you can incorporate video into your business. So I'm excited to break down based on your personality type. And if you don't know what your personality type is, you can quickly find that out. I put a link below so you can check that out, find out what your personality type is. I know I'm an ENTJ, which is the commander. Makes total sense, right? Command, I command people to do things. That's not true. I'm not like that. But it definitely is very true to who I am. Britt, do you mind sharing what your personality type is?
Yeah, I'm an ENFJ, so we're close.
Very close.
But not exactly the same. And just that one letter difference makes kind of a world of difference. So we're pretty different.
That's a great point, a different distinction. Can you explain like what all of the different letters mean?
Yeah, this is so much fun. So if you just heard Holly say ENTJ, me ENFJ, you might be like, what are you even talking about? Again, you got to go to 16personalities.com to find out what your personality type is, because we're only representing 2 of the 16. But let me tell you what those letters mean. There are 4 letters in your personality type, and the first letter is either an I or an E. I stands for introverted. E stands for extroverted. Lots of misconceptions here.
Yes, totally.
Lots of misconceptions. This really, whether you're an I or an E, it tells you how sensitive you are to external stimuli. So if you're an introvert, you tend to be a bit more sensitive to external stimuli, which would make a really social situation with lots of people around kind of overstimulating. You don't really dig that so much. And then for an extrovert, you're a little less sensitive to those external stimuli. So social situations, lots of people, not that much to freak you out about. So that's the first letter. Second letter is either an S or an N. S stands for observant, N stands for intuitive. If you're observant, you prefer to pay attention to more external cues, while an intuitive person prefers to pay attention to internal cues. So,
oh, that makes sense, yeah.
And again, you know, when we start talking about these words, these connotations come in, and if you're observant, meaning you have that S as a second letter, and you think, well, but I mean, I have an intuition. I think I'm intuitive. You're right. We have both of these options available to us at any time, and it is a sliding scale. So if we have an S, that just means that we prefer to be observant and pay attention to those external cues. That doesn't mean that sometimes we can kind of switch over and be more intuitive in some situations. But by nature, we prefer one over the other.
That makes sense. Yeah. I can see that kind of like shifting sometimes one way or a little bit the other way, but predominantly staying more toward, but always having that option to kind of like, oh, but some days I'm just a little bit more
right. Yeah, around
observant
people,
or intuitive.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the second letter. Moving on to the third letter is either an F or a T. F stands for feeling. T stands for thinking, and this is where you and I differ. So with the F as a feeler, I tend to make decisions more from a feeling standpoint. What am I feeling about this situation? And that's what I'm going to make my decision from. And then Holly will make a decision more from her thinking ability. That logic really drives
Very logical.
her decisions. Yeah. Again, have to say this, it's a sliding scale. So I'm sure there are moments when you think, well, okay, I can see the logic, but it also feels right or feels wrong, And I do the same thing. I can feel something pretty strongly about an option in a decision, and I still might go to the logic, the data, but I'm not going to I don't prefer to put all my eggs in that basket.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then the fourth letter is either a J or a P. J stands for judging, P stands for perceiving. Now, when I say judging, people hear judgmental, but that's not what I mean. If you're a J, and which we both are, that doesn't mean that you are judgmental. It really means that you're discerning. You see more black and white in a picture rather than gray, and so you can make a decision usually pretty a lot easier and quicker than a P type standing for perceiving. A perceiver sees more gray.
Yeah.
They don't see clear boundaries between things, and so they often take a little bit more time to make a decision because they
see all sides. They see the differences between. Yeah, I'm definitely very black and white.
Yeah, which can make us a little stubborn.
Oh, sure.
And then the P, and the P side, they tend to be open to suggestion, open to possibilities. Meanwhile, we're like, nope, this is how it goes. Yeah.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much for breaking those letters down and really kind of setting the record straight about some misconceptions that are out there in regard to specifically, and this is something I see that comes up all the time where people are like, I'm an introvert, so I can't make videos. And this is not necessarily the case. Like Britt had just broken down, when you are introverted, it just means that you get your energy, you feel more energized when you are alone, or you pull your energy in situations with maybe one other person, but maybe being out in public and in public situations is a little bit more draining for you, right? Is that the difference?
Yeah. If you're more sensitive to the external stimuli, which introverts tend to be, it can be draining in those really social situations. But when we're talking about video, I mean, it's just you and I right now.
I always laugh. I'm like,
in an office.
I always laugh. You don't need to be extroverted to make video. You're alone staring into your camera in a room by yourself. So you're good. You are so good. Yeah. But all kidding aside, which would you say out of the personality types are more naturally drawn toward video than some of the others who may have to get a little bit more creative?
Yeah, there are a few personality types out of the 16 that stand out to me. That I think, they're gonna latch onto video and say, they're good. They want to do it. Those are ENTJ, which is Holly, so that makes sense. I think also ENFJ, which is me. I like to speak. Speaking is my thing, so put a video camera in front of me. That's fine. That's cool. If that's gonna get my message out to more people, I'm fine with that. Also, I see ESFPs. Quite different from you and I, but they are known as the entertainer, and so they tend to be cracking jokes. They have great comedy, and they really like to entertain a crowd. And so video camera in front of them, again, not really going to faze them. They're going to enjoy that. So those three really stand out to me like easy wins in the video category. And then there are a bunch of other personality types that it doesn't mean that they're not right for video. They could absolutely be right for video. They just have to get a little creative in how they do it.
Sure. So, and there's tons of different ways that you can actually incorporate video into your business, not just sitting down, looking into your camera, gazing deeply into your camera. There are different ways that you can incorporate video into your business, and different ways that you can get creative and still take advantage of the power that video is. One of the fun ways that I like to recommend for people who are just getting started, so maybe you're not as comfortable in front of the lens, or depending on what your personality type, maybe you just need to get a little bit more creative, is you just start by making videos for friends and clients and biz buddies, and you can do this behind the scenes using Instagram. So sending, personalized video messages through the DMs on Instagram, or sending video messages through email to single people or, small groups of people, and use that as a very low barrier way to start getting comfortable with your face on the camera. And it's not something that needs to be pushed out into the entire world for everybody to see, and something that needs to make you sweat or feel super uncomfortable about doing, because you're just sending a video message to your friend, right? How easy is that? Some of the other ways that you can use video, if you are one of the personality types that is feeling like you need to get a little bit more creative because the thought of staring into the lens is something that, sends you running in the other direction, and, really, not comfortable with that at all, is you can create videos using a program called Animoto or Adobe Spark, where you're putting images or text together and animating that and using that as video. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to sit down in front of your camera and look into the lens to be able to use the powerful tool that video is. So Britt, I know with marketing personalities, you specialize in, helping people discover different ways that marketing can feel good for them and why that matters. So can you elaborate on that a little bit more?
Yeah, so marketing personalities is all about finding your best marketing strategy, something that's going to feel good for you to implement. Because here's the thing, when you feel good, your audience feels good. If you show up on video feeling awkward and fake and salesy, your audience is going to pick up on that really quickly. And they're going to lean back, right? They're just not going to be able to trust that very much. So our aim, I believe, is not to have everyone do face-to-camera video and try to feel good about that. Our aim is to say, hey, here are a few personality types that are probably going to feel really great, just face to camera, speaking to their audience, not going to hesitate to that. And then for everyone else, how can we find a format of video, how to create video that's going to feel good for them, so they actually create video, and so then their audience can feel good about it too. Again, when you feel good, your audience feels good. And an audience that feels good about you is going to trust you faster and buy from you. Without that trust, they're not buying, right? So that's why marketing personality types really matters. And it's something that we both really believe in, that you can start applying to your own marketing strategy and your own video strategy.
Absolutely. There's so many different ways that you can incorporate video into your business to help you grow your business and start to build that know, like, trust factor in a way where, again, you're not looking directly into the camera. If that's not something that you feel comfortable with or something that you want to grow toward or build toward, then there's definitely lots of different things that we can help you with. So Britt, thank you so much for coming on today, coming over to Holly G Studios. Yay!
Thank you. Yay. I'm honored.
Yay, this is so fun. But guess what? We have a special bonus for you guys. So Britt and I have put together another little video clip for you where we're breaking down a little bit more about the different personality types and the types of videos that you can create that are going to feel good for you. So if you want to get that, make sure to click the link below this video. And thank you so much for watching. And remember, you're someone's reason to smile. So don't give up.